Hi, chat. Oh, God. Hello, guys. We have a book. We're doing reading streams again, because I genuinely, this is like, I really enjoyed this, but this time we're reading a book series that I actually really enjoy, and is not a trashy romance book like The Selection. This time we're reading a good one. I like this one, chat. I like it. This is probably one of my favorite series I've ever read. It holds up every time I reread it. It holds up. It's so good. It was one of the first series that I actually personally bought all of the books to. I don't know what made me buy the first one. Like reading the back, it's like preteen elf. Like it wasn't really my jam, I thought, but then I read it and I it's hard to explain. I just like it. Also, the reason why I'm perched so high is I've got I have two blankets on my chair because I was feeling very short today. So I'm overcompensating by looking taller, even though I'll be leaning back like this when I read. But that makes me really quiet. But I don't know if it's like just me being quiet. But anyways, hello guys. We're reading. We're just gonna be reading 10 chapters today because I don't feel like reading all of this in one go. This is a special version too. This is illustrated and annotated version. Like this is a spicy one. Because I lost the original book because I gave it to a friend of mine who I then stopped being friends with again, but I'm not asking for the book back, so I just bought a new one. It doesn't pick up on the microphone, but this chair is really squeaky, so if I just go like that's why. Anyways, I've stalled enough. So I'll just be reading it like normal. Obviously, like I'll be reading it out loud. But whenever it shows pictures, I will show you. But yeah, I really like this book, and I hope you guys like it too. And this is something I really enjoy doing. I love to read, and it makes me not feel stressed. Because whenever I'm streaming gaming stuff, I get really stressed because I feel like I have to be good. But you don't have to be good to read a book. You just read a book, and it's great, and I love it. That was a big rant to say I enjoy reading. Oh my fucking god. Let's do something real quick. Let's do this. And then that. That was just something like on my computer that I was closing out of. I have too many tabs open at any given moment. But anyways, book time. I don't know why it's reflecting weird. Oh, it's reflecting like the book pog. Yes, book pog. Very pog, much pog. Puck. Okay. Flip. Okay. I'm not going to read the preface because that really does spoil a lot of the book. Poggity pog. Poggity pog. Pog. My earrings and necklace are both Spider-Man. Okay. If I just kind of go like, it's because I always forget that I need to read the next word as well. That's really bad. I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm terrible at streaming. I'm the worst. It was my boyfriend. I can't just ignore him. I'll feel bad for the rest of the night if I do that. Anyways, okay. Miss Foster. Mr. Sweeney's nasal voice cut through Sophie's blaring music as he yanked her earbuds out by the cords. Fuck off. That's mean. Okay. Have you decided that you're too smart to pay attention to this information? Sophie forced her eyes open. She tried not to wince as the bright fluorescent lights of the vivid blue walls of the museum amplified the throbbing headache she was hiding. No, Mr. Sweeney, she mumbled, shrinking under the glares of her now staring classmates. She pulled her shoulder-length blonde... Eh? She pulled her short... Eh? Oh my god. She pulled her shoulder-length blonde hair around her face, wishing she could hide behind it. This was exactly the kind of attention she went out of her way to avoid. Hello! I'm not going to be talking to chat that much this stream. I'll talk to chat after. I will talk to chat after, I promise. Okay. This kind of attention she went out of her way to avoid. Why, she wore dull colors and lurked in the back, blocked by the other kids who were at least a foot taller than her. It was the only way to survive as a 12-year-old high school senior. Then perhaps you can explain why you're listening to your iPod. This book ages me. This book ages me. Instead of following along, Mr. Sweeney held up her earbuds like they were evidence in a crime, though to him they probably were. He dragged Sophie's class to the Natural History Museum in Balboa? Balboa Park. Assuming his students would be excited about the all-day field trip, he didn't seem to realize that unless the giant dinosaur replicas came to life and started eating people, no one cared. Sophie tugged out a loose eyelash, a nervous habit, and stared at her feet. There was no way to make Mr. Sweeney understand why she needed music to cancel the noise. He couldn't even hear the noise. The chatter from dozens of tourists echoed off the fossil-lined walls and splashed around the cavernous room, but their mental voices were the real problem. Scattered, disconnected pieces of thoughts broadcast straight into Sophie's brain, like being in a room with hundreds of TVs blaring different shows at the same time. They sliced into her consciousness, leaving sharp pains in their wake. She was a freak. It had been her secret, her burden, ever since she fell and hit her head when she was 5 years old. She tried blocking the noise, she tried ignoring it, nothing helped. And she could never tell anyone. They wouldn't understand. Since you've decided you're above this lecture, why don't you give it? Mr. Sweeney asked. He pointed at the enormous orange dinosaur with a duckbill in the center of the room. Explain to the class how the Lambeosaurus differs from other dinosaurs we've studied. Sophie repressed a sigh as her mind flashed to an image of the information card in front of the display. She glanced at it when they entered the museum, and her photographic memory recorded every detail. Bye, Marissa! Okay. As she recited the facts, Mr. Sweeney's face twisted into a scowl, and she could hear her classmates' thoughts grow increasingly sour. They weren't exactly fans of their recent child prodigy. She finished her answer, and Mr. Sweeney grumbled something that sounded like know-it-all as he stalked off to the exhibit in the next room. Sophie didn't follow. The thin wall separating the two rooms didn't block the noise, but they muffled it. She grabbed what little relief she could. Okay. Nice job, super freak. Garwin Chang, a boy wearing an oversized black t-shirt, sneered as he shoved past her to join their classmates. Maybe they'll write another article about you. Child prodigy teaches class about Lamosaurus. Garwood was still bitter. Yale had offered her a full scholarship, and his rejection arrived a few weeks before. Why? Okay. I need glasses to see, but also if I wear them too long, they fuck with my eyes, and I don't know why I can't have both. Did my mic... I thought my microphone died for a second, and I got really scared. I was like, oh shit, were they not able to hear me the entire time? Whatever. Okay. Not that Sophie was allowed to go. Her parents said it was too much attention, too much pressure, and she was too young. End of a discussion. So she'd be attending a much closer, much smaller San Diego City College next year. A fact that some annoying reporter found newsworthy enough to post in the local paper the day before. Child prodigy chooses City College over Ivy League, complete with her senior photo. Her parents freaked out when they found it. Freaked wasn't even a strong enough word. More than half their rules were to help Sophie avoid unnecessary attention. Front page articles were pretty much their worst nightmare. They'd even called the newspaper to complain. The editor seemed as unhappy as they were. The story was run in place of an article on the arsonist terrorizing the city, and they were still trying to figure out how the mistake had happened. Bizarre fires with white-hot flames and smoke that Ah. And smoke that smelled like burnt sugar took priority over everything, especially a story about an unimportant little girl most people went out of their way to ignore. Or they used to. Across the museum, Sophie caught sight of a tall, dark haired boy reading yesterday's newspaper with the embarrassing black and white photo of her in the front. And then he looked up and stared straight at her. She'd never seen eyes that particular shade of blue before. Teal, like the smooth pieces of sea glass she'd found on the beach. They were so bright they glittered. Something flickered across his expression when he caught her gaze. Disappointment? Before she could decide what to make of it, she shrugged. I can't read out loud. What the fuck? Before she could decide what to make of it, he shrugged off the display he'd been leaning against and closed the difference between them. The smile he flashed belonged on a movie screen, and Sophie's heart did a weird, fluttery thing. There is romance, but it's not a very cringe romance book, I promise. I promise it's genuinely good. Let's just open. Open. I have a monster, and it makes me very happy. Monster Energy. This stream is sponsored by Monster Energy. No, no, it's not. Fuck. Okay. Is this you? He asked, pointing to the picture. Sophie nodded, feeling tongue-tied. He was probably 15 and by far the cutest boy she'd ever seen. So why was he talking to her? I thought so. He squinted at the picture and then back at her. I didn't realize your eyes were brown. Uh, yeah, she said, not sure what to say. Why? He shrugged off. No reason. Something felt off about the conversation, but she couldn't figure out what it was, and she couldn't place his accent. Kind of British? But somehow crisper, which bothered her, but she didn't know why. Are you in this class? She asked, wishing she could suck the words back as soon as they left her mouth. Of course he wasn't in her class. She'd never seen him before. Before. Of course he wasn't in her class. She'd never seen him before. She wasn't used to talking to boys, especially cute boys, and it made her brain a little mushy. His perfect smile returned as he told her, No. Then he pointed at the hulking greenish figure that they were standing in front of. An Albertosaurus. I can read dinosaur names. In all its giant lizard-esque glory, tell me something. Do you really think that's what they look like? It's a little absurd, isn't it? Not really, Sophie said, trying to see what he saw. It looked like a small T-Rex. Big mouth, sharp teeth, ridiculously short arms. Seemed fine to her. Why? What do you think they looked like? He laughed. Never mind. I'll let you get back to your class. It was nice meeting you, Sophie. He turned to leave just as two classes of kindergartners barreled into the fossil exhibit. The crushing wave of screaming voices was enough to knock Sophie back a step, but their mental voices were a whole other realm of pain. Kids' thoughts were like stinging, high-pitched needles, and so many at once, it was like an angry porcupine attacking her brain. But Sophie closed her eyes as her hand started to her head, rubbing her temples to ease the stabbings of her skull. Then she remembered she wasn't alone. She glanced around to see if anyone had noticed her reaction and locked eyes with the boy. His hands were at his forehead, and his face wore the same pained expression she imagined she'd had only a few seconds before. Did you just hear that? He asked, his voice hushed. She felt the blood drain from her face. He couldn't mean it had to be the screaming kids. They created plenty of a racket on their own, shrieking, squeals, and giggles, plus 60 or so individual voices chattering away. Voices. She gasped. She gasped and took a step back as her brain solved her earlier problem. She couldn't hear the thoughts. She could hear the thoughts of everyone in the room, but she couldn't hear the boy's distinct accented voice unless he was speaking. His mind was totally and completely silent. She didn't know that was possible. Who are you? She whispered. His eyes widened. You did, didn't you? He moved closer, leaning in to whisper. Are you a telepath? She flinched. The word made her skin itch, and and her reaction gave her away. You are! I can't believe it, he whispered. There's an exclamation point. Mans didn't whisper! Okay. Sophie backed towards an exit. She wasn't about to reveal her secret to a total stranger. It's okay, he said, holding out his hand as he moved closer, like she was some sort of wild animal he was trying to calm. You don't have to be afraid. I'm one too. Sophie froze. My name's Fitz, he added, stepping closer still. Fitz? Kind of a name was Fitz. She studied his face, searching for some sign that this was all part of a joke. I'm not joking, he said, like he knew exactly what she was thinking. Maybe he did. She wobbled on her feet. She'd spent the past 7 years wishing she could find someone like her, someone who could do what she could. Now that she found him, she felt like the world had tilted sideways. He grabbed her arms to steady her. It's okay, Sophie. I'm here to help you. We've been looking for you for 12 years. 12 years? And what did he mean by we? Better question, what did he want with her? The walls closed in and the room started to spin. Air. She needed air. She jerked away and bolted through the door, stumbling as her shaky legs found their rhythm. She sucked in giant breaths as she ran down the stairs in front of the museum. The smoke from the fires burned her lungs and white bits of ash flew in her face, but she ignored them. She wanted as much space between her and the strange boy as possible. Sophie, come back! Fitz shouted behind her. She picked up her pace as she raced through the courtyard. At the base of the steps, past the wide fountain, over the grassy knolls to the sidewalk, no one got in her way. Everyone was inside because of the poor air quality, but she could still hear his footsteps gaining on her. Wait, Fitz called. You don't have to be afraid. She ignored him, pouring all of her energy into her sprint, and fighting the urge to glance over her shoulder to see how far back he was. She made it halfway through the crosswalk before the sound of screeching tires reminded her that she hadn't looked both ways. Her head turned as she locked eyes with a terrified driver struggling to stop his car before it plowed right over her. She was going to die. The next second was a blur. Oh, by the way, we're on chapter 2 now. It took me 18 minutes to read one fucking chapter. Oh, gods. The next second was a blur. The car soared right, missing Sophie by inches, and then jumped the curb and sideswiped a streetlight. The heavy steel lantern cracked from its base and plummeted towards Sophie. No! It was her only thought as her instincts took over. Her hand shot out into the air, her mind pulling strength from somewhere deep in her gut and pushing it through her fingertips. She felt the force collide with the falling lantern, gripping on it like it was an extension of her arm. As the dust settled, she looked up and gasped. The bright blue lantern floated above her, somehow held up by her mind. It didn't feel heavy, though she was sure it weighed a ton. Put it down, a familiar, accented voice warned, bringing her out of her trance. She shrieked and dropped her arm without thinking. The streetlight hurled toward them. Watch out, Fitz shouted, yanking her away a split second before the lantern crashed to the ground. The force of the impact knocked them over, and they tumbled to the sidewalk. Fitz's body broke her fall as she landed on his chest. Time seemed to stop. She stared into his eyes that were now stretched as wide as it could go, trying to sort through the flurry of thoughts and questions swirling around in her head to find something coherent. How did you do that? He whispered. I have no idea. She sat up, replaying the past few seconds in her mind. Nothing made sense. We need to get out of here, Fitz warned, pointing at the driver who was staring at him like he had witnessed a miracle. He saw, she gasped, feeling her chest tighten with panic. Ah. To me, because I can't read out loud for an extended period of time or else my mouth gets dry. It's hell on earth. Okay. Fitz pulled her to her feet as he got up. Come on, let's get out of sight. She was too overwhelmed to figure out a plan on her own, so she didn't resist when he dragged her down the street. And that, children, is how you get kidnapped. Which way? He asked as they reached the first intersection. She didn't want to be alone with him, so she pointed north towards the San Diego Zoo, where there was sure to be a crowd even during a firestorm. They took off running, though no one was following, and for the first time in her life, Sophie missed hearing thoughts. She had no idea what Fitz wanted, and it changed everything. Her mind ran through terrifying scenarios, most of which involved government agents throwing her into dark vans to run experiments on her. She watched the road, ready to bolt at first sign of anything suspicious. They reached the zoo's massive parking lot, and Sophie relaxed when she saw people outside, milling around their cars. Nothing would happen with so many witnesses. She slowed her pace to a walk. What do you want? She asked when she caught her breath. I'm here to help you, I promise. His voice sounded sincere, but it didn't make it any easier to believe him, though. Why were you looking for me? She tugged at a loose eyelash, a little more afraid of the answer. He opened his mouth then hesitated. Bye, Sabo. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell you. How am I supposed to trust you if you won't answer my questions? He considered that for a second. Okay, fine, but I don't know much. My father sent me to find you. We were supposed to be looking for a specific girl around your age, and I was supposed to observe and report back to him like always. I wasn't supposed to talk to you. He frowned like he was disappointed with himself. I just couldn't figure out. You don't make sense. What does that mean? It means you're different from what I expected. Your eyes really threw me off. What's wrong with my eyes? She touched her eyelids, suddenly self conscious. We all have blue eyes. So when I saw them, I figured we had the wrong girl again. But we didn't. He looked at her with something like awe. You're really one of us. She stopped and held up her hands. Whoa, hang on. What do you mean one of us? He glanced over his shoulder, frowning when he spotted a crowd of fanny pack wearing tourists within earshot. He pulled her toward a deserted corner of the parking lot, ducking behind a large green minivan. Okay, there's no easy way to explain this, so I'm just gonna say it. We're not human, Sophie. For a second, she was too stunned to speak. Then a hysterical laugh escaped her lips. Not human, she repeated, shaking her head. Right. Where are you going? He asked as soon as she moved towards the sidewalk. You're insane. And I'm insane for trusting you. She kicked the ground as she stomped away. I'm telling the truth, he called. Just think for a minute, Sophie. The last thing she wanted to do was listen to another word he said, but the plea in his voice made her stop and face him. Can humans do this? He closed his eyes and vanished. He was gone. For a second, but it was long enough to leave her reeling. She leaned against a car, feeling everything spin around her. But I can't do that, she argued, taking deep breaths to clear her head. You have no idea what you can do when you set your mind to it. Think about what you did with the pull a few minutes ago. He seemed so sure, it almost made sense. But how could that be? If she wasn't human, what was she? I forgot how, these books are. I forgot. I can't do 10 chapters. I can't. I will do 3. I will do 3 chapters a night. Wait, how many chapters are there? Because it's not going to be a night. It's going to be once a week. I should have figured this out beforehand, but do I care? No. Doop-a-doop, 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 ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Oh my god, that's still annotations. That's acknowledgements. I hate fucking annotated books because the author is like, let me make most of the book annotations. There's 49 chapters. Give me a number divisible by 49. Literally, okay. 3. 3 goes into 49 evenly. We will do 3 chapters a week. Unless I'm feeling ambitious, which tonight I'm not. So y'all get 3. And then I will talk to chat like a normal human being would. That was... I'm gonna cut off my hand for doing that. This hand deserves to be gone now. So, what? Sophie managed... Back into the book. So, what? Sophie managed to say when she finally found her voice. You're saying I'm an alien. She held her breath. Fitz erupted into laughter. Her cheeks grew hot, but she was so relieved. She didn't want to be an alien. No, he said when he managed to compose himself. I'm saying you're an elf. An elf. The word hung in the air between them like a foreign object that didn't belong. An elf, she repeated. Visions of little people in tights with pointy ears danced through her brain. She couldn't help giggling. You don't believe me? Did you really expect me to? I guess not. He ran his hand through his hair, making it stick out in wavy spikes. Kind of like a rock star. Could someone that good looking be crazy? I'm telling you the truth, Sophie. I don't know what else to say. Okay, she agreed. If he refused to be serious, so would she. Fine, I'm an elf. Am I supposed to help Frodo destroy the ring and save Middle Earth, or do I have to make toys in the North Pole? He let out a sigh, but a smile hid in the corners of his mouth. Would it help if I showed you? Oh, sure, this ought to be good. She folded her arms as he pulled out a slender silver wand with intricate carvings etched into the sides. At the tip, a small round crystal sparkled in the sunlight. Is that your magic wand? She couldn't help asking. He rolled his eyes. Actually, it's a pathfinder. He spun the crystal and it locked into place with the silver latch at the top. Now, this can be dangerous. Do you promise you'll do exactly what I tell you to do? Her smile faded. That depends. What do I have to do? You need to take my hand and concentrate on holding on. And by concentrate, I mean you can't think about anything else no matter what happens. Can you do that? Why? Do you want proof or not? She wanted to say no. He couldn't actually prove anything. What was he going to do? Whisk her away to some magic elf land? He does. But she was curious. And what harm could come from holding someone's hand? She willed her palms not to sweat as their fingers laced together. Her heart did that stupid fluttery thing again, and her hand tingled everywhere their skin touched. He glanced over his shoulder, scanning the parking lot again. Okay, we're alone. We go on 3. You ready? What happens on 3? He shot her a warning look and she scowled at him, but she bit her tongue and concentrated on holding his hand, ignoring her racing heart. Seriously, when did she become one of those silly girls? Oh my god, guys, my name's Sophie Foster. I'm a blonde white girl with brown eyes, and I'm not like other girls. Oh my gods. Okay. 1, he counted, raising the wand. Sunlight hit a facet in the crystal, and a bright beam refracted towards the ground. 2, he tightened his grip. Sophie closed her eyes. 3, Fitz pulled her forward, and the warm tingling in her hand shot through her body like a million feathers. Look, it's a picture. It's a picture. There's Sophie and there's Fitz. Look at them. It's a good book. It's a good book, chat. Underneath her skin, tickling her from the inside out, she fought off a giggle and concentrated on holding Fitz. But where was he? She knew she was clinging to him, but it felt like her body had melted to goo. And the only thing keeping her from oozing away was a blanket of warmth wrapped around her, and then, faster than a blink of the eye, the warmth faded and she opened her eyes. Her mouth fell open as she tried to take it all in. She might have even squeaked. She stood at the edge of a glassy river lined with impossibly tall trees, fanning out their wide emerald leaves among the white puffy clouds. Across the river, a row of crystal castles glittered in the sunlight in a way that would make Walt Disney want to throw rocks at his magic kingdom. To her right, a golden path led into a sprawling city where elaborate domed buildings seemed to be built from different brick-sized jewels, with each structure a different color. Snow-capped mountains surrounded the lush valley, and the cool, crisp air smelled like cinnamon, chocolate, and sunshine. Not that I would know what any of those smell like. Not that I would know. Places this beautiful weren't supposed to exist, much less appear out of thin air. You can let go of my hand now. Sophie jumped. She'd forgotten about Fitz. Her hand released, and the blood tingled in her fingertips. She realized how hard she'd been squeezing. She looked around, unable to make sense of anything she saw. The castle towers twisted like spun sugar, and something seemed oddly familiar about them, but she couldn't figure out what it was. Where are we? Our capital. We called it Eternalia. It's hard to say the words. You might have heard of it called... Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this word. Is it the Shangri-La? That doesn't sound right. Because I've always read it in my head, and my brain just goes, okay, that word. So I'm looking it up. How pronounce? How pronounce? Shangri-La. Close enough. Fuck it. But you might have heard it called Shangri-La before. Shangri-La? That doesn't sound right. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Just, I can't pronounce things right, as you guys have definitely noticed from me reading this. Also, I'm going to say this now because I don't think Ben's watching. I'm currently downloading Warframe so I can get good at it because he really likes Warframe. And I'm literally becoming a pick me bitch for this guy. Okay. All of the lost cities are real, but not how you'd picture them. I'm sure human stories rarely get anything right. Think of all the ridiculous things you've heard about elves. She had to laugh at that, and the sharp bust of sound echoed off the trees. It was so quiet there, just the gentle breeze brushing her face and the soft murmur of the river. No traffic, no chatter, no hammering unspoken thoughts. She could get very used to the silence, but it felt strange too, like something was missing. Where is everyone? She asked, rising on her tiptoes to get a better view of the city, but the streets were a ghost town. Fitz pointed to a dome building that towered over all the others. The green stones of its walls looked like giant emeralds, but for some reason the building sparkled less than all the others. It looked like a serious place for serious things. See the blue banner flying? That means there's a tribunal. I can pronounce that. A tribunal. That means a tribunal is in progress. Everyone is watching the proceedings. A tribunal? When the council, basically our royalty, holds a hearing to decide if someone's broken a law, they're kind of a big deal when they happen. Why? Why? He shrugged. Laws are rarely broken. Well, that was different. Humans broke laws all the time. She shook her head. Was she really thinking of humans as something other? How could she explain where she was? She tried to wrap her mind around the idea, tried to force it to make sense. So, she said, cringing over her ridiculous next question, is this magic? Fitz laughed, a full body laugh, like it was the funniest thing he'd ever heard. She glared at him. It couldn't be that funny. No, he said when he regained control. Magic is a stupid idea that humans came up with to try and explain things they couldn't understand. Okay, she said, trying to cling onto the remaining strands of her sanity. Then how can we be here when 5 minutes ago we were in San Diego? He held up a pathfinder to the sun, casting a ray of light onto his hand. Light leaping. We hitch a ride on a beam of light that was headed here. Impossible. Is it? Yeah, you need infinite energy for light travel. Haven't you heard the theory of relativity? She thought that she had stumped him with that one, but he just laughed again. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Who came up with that? Albert Einstein. Huh? Never heard of him, but he was wrong. Welcome back, Sabo! He'd never heard of Albert Einstein. The theory of relativity was dumb? She wasn't sure how to argue. He seemed so ridiculously confident it was unnerving. Concentrate harder this time, he said as he grabbed her hand again. She closed her eyes and waited for the warm feather sensation, but this time it was like something turned on a hairdryer and sent the Someone turned on a hairdryer and sent the feathers scattering in a million directions until another force around her pulled everything back together like some giant rubber band, and a second later she was shivering from a cold ocean breeze whipping her hair around her face. Fitz pointed to the massive castle in front of them, which glowed like the stones were carved from moonlight. How do you think we got here? Words failed her. It had really felt like the light passed through her, pulling her along with it, but she couldn't bring herself to say it, because if that were true, every science book she'd ever read was wrong. You look confused. Well, it's like you're saying, hey Sophie, take everything you've ever learned about anything and throw it away. Actually, that is what I'm saying. He flashed a smug grin. Humans do the best they can, but their minds can't begin to comprehend the complexities of reality. And what? Elves' minds are better? Of course. Why do you think you're so far ahead of your class? The slowest elf can still trump a human, even one with no proper education. Her shoulders sagged as Fitz's words sank in. He was right. If he was right, she was just some stupid girl who knew nothing about anything. No, not a girl, an elf. And that's the end of the chapters that we're reading today. Doop a doop a doop. I'm using my old Edge card because I got a new one with my employee discount. So, but I enjoyed reading that as much as I hate reading out loud because I can't. I like reading out loud to you, chat, because y'all make me feel happy that somebody, I guess, like, shares liking this book series, even though y'all have probably not heard about it, because, like, it's a New York Times and USA Today best-selling series. But the thing is they slap that name on literally everything. Like, I love this book series, and it's so hard to find good shit about it because just nobody likes it, and that makes me mad. It's not that they don't like it; it's that they haven't heard of it. I have the entire series, the first one in collector's edition, and then I have the 8.5, which is basically a character breakdown, and it's great, and I love it. But yeah, now we're just gonna do some casual, just chatting shit, Q&A style, because I like answering questions. So if you want to ask questions about me, if you want to ask questions about the book, if you want to ask questions about the theory of relativity, I don't know the answers to that, but Google is free. So yeah, I'm just here. Um, oh yeah, these earrings are great. I like them. These are um, what is it? What's it called? It's they make pins and buttons. I don't know the word, but they're the good quality shit. And if you go like this, they bounce, and you can feel the weight move on your ears, and it feels good. And like, when I was at work today, I was really slow, so I just went, and my boss was like, "Erin, what are you doing?" I just, earrings are swinging greatly, and I very much enjoyed myself. A customer also brought us a 50 pack of Timbits, and I loved it because my boss is diabetic, so it was just me and this other girl I work with, and we were literally just, it was so slow today that we literally just sat and ate Timbits and talked about our favorite video games, because what else are you meant to do whenever you work at a gaming store? You know? It's great. I like this place a hell of a lot better than I like my old job, because my old job is shit. Yeah, we're also in comfy clothes today. Comfy clothes. Because I was gonna dress up nice for the stream. Like, I guess, like usual. You work in a gaming store? I do, yes. I work at GameStop in the town that, like, I go to school in. So, yeah, I work in a GameStop there, and it's just pretty chill. Like, it's great. We got PC shit. We got it's mostly console. Like, it's mostly Xbox and PlayStation, and I know fuck all about that. But I'm the resident PC person because I'm the only person who plays PC. Everyone else plays console. Which is great because I know nothing about PCs either. Hey. But yeah. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? I was on another rant and I don't remember what it was. Yeah. I don't remember what the rant I was on is was, but I'm super hyper. Um because how my, like, levels, because you know how in some streams I'm like super like hype hype hype, and then other ones I'm just like, I'm very obviously forcing myself to be here. It's because I've peopled all day, And because the store was really slow today, I didn't people as much. I peopled with fellow introverts and nerds. That's who I peopled with, and I can people with them perfectly fine. Um, and it's great. And then I got home and I didn't people for like a few hours, and now I'm like semi peopling. Hello, welcome to the stream. I don't recognize your username, which means you're new. You you literally just missed me reading, and now we're just doing some Q&A shit, which is always fun. But hi, welcome. If you're not new, I'm sorry. I have the memory of a fucking goldfish, which has also been destroyed by many nights of not sleeping anymore because that bed's uncomfy. Now I'm new. Yes, I wasn't insulting anybody. But hi, welcome. We were reading Keeper, but we're not anymore because I read enough for tonight because yeah. I don't know why I did that, but that was kind of mean. Also, I forgot there's something I really quickly need to do. What's your favorite book? My favorite book would probably be, I don't have like one book that I like. I like series Seri? Book series, Keeper of the Lost Cities, the one that I'm reading. I'm gonna read the entire series. So that is 7, 8? Because there's 8.5, but I don't know if it's 8 and then 8.5. Yeah, it's 8 then 8.5. We're gonna be reading all 8 books. This is gonna take me a very long time, but it's gonna be once a week, and I'm gonna stick to that schedule because I have it written down on my calendar. And it's great. And it's poggers. And I love it. Yeah, Keeper of the Lost Cities is my favorite book series. Second place favorite book series is the Percy Jackson Heroes of Olympus. I combine the Riordan series. I like the Riordan series, even though there's a lot of shit that's wrong with like Greg Riordan and all that, but I don't care. Like I care, but good books me like. And then it's Dorothy Must Die is the next one that I really like, and then Harry Potter. I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to stop. I swear to God, this is what happens. Mine is from an author from like 90 years ago. Honestly, that's a mood. I have it's not Lord of the Flies wasn't like 90 years ago, but like I have Lord of the Flies, which I genuinely enjoyed reading. I had to read it for school when I got it. I also have a bunch of Junji Ito books and the entire classic H.P. Lovecraft collection because I love Lovecraft. I love Craft. My dad hates H.P. Lovecraft. He's so up his own ass in his writing. It's like, yeah, you're right. Because he's an author. Most of them are. But it's great. Yeah, no. Old books are amazing. The Odyssey is really good. The Odyssey is good. So is the Iliad. Ancient Greek books, my beloved. My beloved. Not beloved, beloved, because the only bee in this house is me. I why am I like this today? Nice biceps. Don't. No, they're not. No, they're not. I am frail as shit. They're just squishy. There's no muscle. They just squish. I I act in a way that would make you think maybe there's a bit, but there's not. I'm just squishy. I'm a squishy human and I love it. Nothing wrong with a bit of squish. I agree. Squish is the best. No hate on thin bitches, but squish is the best. I'm also wearing an extraordinarily oversized shirt. Like, no lie. Fit check. Aaron fit check. Shirt goes to here, mostly because it's not mine. Mostly because it's not mine is why it's so big. Because it's Ben's, and I've stolen it because that's what I do. I steal clothes because I'm a goblin. These pants aren't mine. These pants are Marissa's. But I've stolen them because I'm a goblin. I want to see if there's anything on my desk. How tall am I? I am... Let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? I can do this. 1 second. I'm short. That's all I know. Don't mind me. If I fall and break my ankle, I'll just blame chat. I'll just blame chat if I fall and break my ankle, but I didn't. Let's see. How tall am I? I am just below 5'3". To be specific, I am 60... I'm 69 inches tall. Hey! 6'3". 6'3" is 70 inches tall, but I'm 69 inches tall. I'm the funny number, boys! So yeah, me short. Oh my god. Today at work, I had to try and get a headset down for this guy. Didn't even end up buying it, by the way. He was like, oh yeah, can you get that headset down for me? And I'm like, sure, totally. And I look at where he's pointing. It's the top shelf, and it's a locked one too, so I had to go and get the key. And I was literally like on my tiptoes, fully being like, it can't reach. It's just suffering. And I ended up having to jump to like connect, because how our locks work is they're magnetic locks, so it like clips around, and if you put a certain magnet, which we keep in the locked room. Thank you for the follow! That covers my face. That covers my face, how I am, but that's great. Thank you for the follow. This is a great stream. It's just me acting like a total fool. Unfiltered Aaron being a bitch. That's how we are, and that's how we always want to be. Okay. Woo! I almost fell off my chair. Nice choice of an energy drink. Yes! This is the best one. It's the best one. It is Ultra Rose. Ultra Rosa. Do I say people should drink energy drinks? No. They are extraordinarily unhealthy. And probably lead to shorter lifespans because caffeine is bad. But I don't fucking care. YOLO! Fucking Memento Mori. Remember death, it's coming for all of you. I don't know what this is. I get distracted too much, and I need to stop. I need to focus. I don't know why I'm like this tonight. I just am. I'm planning on... I'm thinking whether or not to end stream. I want to, but I also don't, because I'm having fun, but at the same time, I'm making a fool of myself. And the barrier between brain and mouth is gone, and it's just... Fuck it, I'm gonna keep streaming. I don't care. I'll just wait until one of my friends texts me and is like, Aaron, stop. I'm begging you, stop. This is the issue now. Heck yes, more stream. Heck yes. This is the issue with my new work schedule. I work 2 days a week. 2 days a week. Now, I love this. This is great. When I'm at school, this is great. Because then I have. Because next year I'm taking basic history, I'm taking advanced history, which is 2 courses. I'm taking Canadian law. I'm taking English lit. I'm taking because I already took advanced theater, so now I'm taking basic theater because I want to, and I'm doing um teaching assistant and one more. And I can't remember what the other one is, but I have 3 history classes, a law class, and an English. Basic English because I got my advanced English credit. So, like, 8 full courses, all of them heavy. I enjoy all of them. So it'll be great having 2 days a week because I will be writing essays upon essays and it's going to be painful and I'm going to do homework streams. Or it's just going to be me doing I'm going to have, so it's sharing my primary screen like in Gaming 1, which how I have it set up is I have Facecam, Gaming. Like I have Facecam, Gaming 1, Gaming 2, starting soon, be right back. I don't have an ending scene because I just don't want to fucking do that. So it's just going to be on Gaming 1, it's just going to be sharing my screen, and it'll just be me writing history essays, and you're just going to watch me go through mental breakdowns, and those streams are going to be like 4 or 5 hours long, because it'll just be me writing an essay. I probably won't even talk, you'll just be there watching me just go from to it's great, and we love it. It's great, and we love it. I still have my vacuum. I still have the vacuum in my room. I vacuumed my room 3 days ago. Why is it still in here? As you can obviously tell, I haven't slept in my bed. I've been sleeping in the basement. I only use this room during the day, and then I go downstairs and sleep. It's great because technically I have 2 rooms in my house. Can I put? Not funny. When do you turn 18? That is classified information. I don't want to share my birthday. Y'all will find out my birthday whenever I hate people like that. Opinion on LGBTQ. I am in the LGBTQ community. I am bi. It's just a joke, yeah, but it's not fucking funny. Did that wrong. Did that right. Sorry about that. Be great if my mods were online. I should probably actually see if my mods are. Nope, of course not. Of course they're not. Actually, there we go. There we go. I just got one of my mods online. Yeah, no, opinions on LGBTQ. Sorry, I just said that I didn't explain further. Yeah, no, I'm bi and I use all pronouns. So I'm queer. It's great. First time being model. Really? Well, you're gonna do great, Sabo. You come to every stream, and honestly, you're more reliable than my actual mods because those are just all my IRL friends, and they come and be like, "Hey, Aaron," and they dip. But it's great, and we love and appreciate them. But you're gonna do great, Sabo. I probably should have talked to you beforehand, but I'll talk to you after stream, and I'll explain life, I guess, and my rules because I'm pretty sure my chat just says "Don't be a dickhead" or something like that. Something like that. But yeah, don't be a dickhead. That's kind of just common sense. But yeah. Any problem. Sweet. See, I see the chat. Okay. I my screen right now is literally just Twitch Studio. So the reason why I'm looking here instead of my camera is because here is where my face cam is, and I want to make sure that nothing bad happens. I'm tempted. Do you guys want to see my dog? Because I can go get my dog. Yes. Okay, we're gonna have Teddy time. Okay. I'm going to quickly you guys can listen to MILF. It'll take me not it won't take me 3 minutes to get Teddy. You guys can listen to MILF in the meantime. Have fun! I'll be right back. I'm back! Teddy, don't bark. I'm back. Ooh. This is my dog. This is my boy. This is Teddy. Look at him. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. He won't look at the camera, but this is my dog. Cute name for cute dog. He's adorable. His full name is okay, so there's Teddy, and it's Teddy Bear, and then it's Theodore Barrington III. I identify as a tree. Not getting into it. It's dog time. This is my puppy. He is 5 years old. He's not yet. He's 5 years old in like a week. So we're gonna have a Teddy birthday stream, I think. Because look at this boy. He deserves happy birthdays on his birthday. He deserves happy birthdays on his birthday. It's actually next Saturday. I'm pretty sure it's next Saturday. I'm gonna go check my thing. Teddy. Occupy chat. It is next Saturday. It is next Saturday. Oh my god, you're fat. So, Teddy is a Pomeranian poodle. He looks like neither. He looks like a schnauzer, slightly. Not whenever his face is all trimmed, but his face, like, he grows a mustache, and it's great. Sorry. I had to carry him up the stairs because he's lazy. And he hates walking. But this is my boy. See, I like cats more than dogs. But he's the exception. Because he's my baby. And yeah. I love him. And he is going... Sam, I'm a cat person. I'm a cat person mostly because cats are like... They just kind of like live in your house and they just kind of like appear when they want food. Meanwhile, he appears when I walk out of my room at 3 in the morning and he's sitting by my door asleep and I step on him lightly. And then he looks at me and he's like, why? Why did you do that? Why? But he's a sweetheart and I love him and he's probably thinking, I can feel you shaking, get me down. So Teddy gets to go up on the bed. You get to go up on the bed. Here, you can spend time with off-brand Flareon. But I get my brand. That's what I get. It's my brand, chat. Because I'm Bananya Spook. And it's Bananya. It's lovely. That worked. I didn't hit the dog, don't worry. But yeah, no, I am more of a cat person than a dog person, but I'd been begging my parents for like a proper pet for years. And then okay, so how we got Teddy is it was a few weeks before I started grade 8. You little shit. Are you gonna be hyper now that you're on the floor? Sucks for you, I vacuumed. Sucks for you, I vacuumed. You can't be a menace anymore. You can sniff around there all you want. He's under my table right now. Okay, it was a couple weeks before the start of grade 8, and we were at the mall getting my brother's haircut, because there's hairdressers in the mall near where I live. We were getting my brother's haircut, and I've been begging my parents for a proper pet for years, and they're like, fine, you can get a dog at some point. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I went into the pet store in the mall. Adopt, don't shop. I don't advocate for buying pets. Adopting pets from shelters, good. Adopting pets from breeders, good. Don't buy them from pet stores. Teddy was not planned. We did not want to get a dog from pet store. We were looking for adopting a dog. It wasn't going well. So I go in and I see 2 Pomeranian poodle pups. They were like that big. They were tiny little balls of fluff. And I'm like, oh my god, I want this one. He's big, chunky, and cute. Not Teddy. It wasn't Teddy. It was his older brother. And the dude was like, sorry, got my cat and dog from shelter. They're the sweetest things ever. Aw, adorable. Yeah, pets are great. Teddy's not the sweetest thing ever. Teddy's an asshole. But he lives with assholes. So he morphed into us. Now right. You bark at 4 a.m. for no reason. So we were getting my brother's haircut, and I went in and I'm like, I want this. And the guy was like, I like cats, but my parents don't. Same. My dad hates cats. So we go in and I show them to my mom, and my mom's like, fine, you can get the one you want. And then I was like, great, I want that one. And the dude's like, sorry, he's already been like claimed for, I guess is the best way to put it. Ooh. Some guy already bought him, and we were just waiting for him to come pick him up. And I'm like, aw, sad. And she's like, well, you're not getting a dog. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I went to the bookstore to buy books. I come back, and my mom's like, just meet us in front of Trent Pat. That's the name of the store. So we can go home. And I'm like, okay. And we walk out. I walk out, and I see my dad just chilling there. He's like, okay, we got you the other one. And I'm like, you did? And he was like, yeah, we did. Just go grab your dog. So this was like completely unplanned. We just went to get my brother's haircut, and now we have him. And he whined and cried in the car home. And then whenever we got to my grandparents' house, I sat on, because they have a pool, and it was summer, so we were like going there to go to the pool, and I sat there with a towel over me and this little ball of fluff on my chest, and then my granny comes down and she's like, you got a puppy? And it was great, but we didn't know what to name him until my grandfather was like, he looks like a teddy bear. I'm like, let's name him Teddy Bear. And then my dad's like, are you sure? And I'm like, Let's name him Theodore Barrington III. So his name and all of his like written paperwork and everything is Theodore Barrington III. Um, we shortened it to Teddy Bear, and Teddy Bear stuck for a while. Fuck off. And then it shortened to Teddy, and then it shortened to Bear. So now sometimes we'll call him Teddy, we'll call him Teddy Bear, or call him you. Let's be like, hey, you. Hey, you. And he responds. As long as you say something in a way you won't normally say something, he tends to respond. He responds well to bitch, but so do I, so. And then my brother calls him Teddy Tedster, and I find that adorable. Just this wee boy just goes, Teddy Tedster! It's so cute. It's 2 out of my 3 favorite boys. 2 out of my 3 favorite boys. The one annoying thing about this dog is he seems to like my friends more than he likes me. Anytime my friends come over, all over them, giving them hugs, like laying on them, and it's like so cute, so adorable. And then the moment they leave, he just kind of looks at me like, "You took my friends away, you cunt. How dare you? They were here for me, and they weren't here for you. Nobody likes you. They like me. I'm the best thing in this house." And you know what? He is. He doesn't eat dog food. He flat out refuses. One night we had takeout. Teddy had a full strip loin steak. A steak. Cooked to perfection. For the dog. I'm still slightly salty about that. If we get dinner out, he eats better than me. He eats better than anyone. He eats better than the Queen of fucking England. We'll go out to like Outback Steakhouse, and my dad will order an extra steak. That's like an extra $90 Canadian for the dog. But you know, whatever, it's fine. I don't care. I don't care. Not at all. I'm not jealous. Why are you licking the post? He's just licking a post. Like, I have a table, and my table has 2 things and then posts that go out to support it because it can be leaned up like that to be an art easel. Because, I don't know, it's a good table. And he's just licking the post. For some reason. But yeah, Teddy lives the most privileged life ever. And to make it worse, we looked up because me and my friend Marissa were like trying to like conceptualize what our pets would look like as people. So we did background research on like where the breeds of pets came from. Both of her cats are from Egypt. Her dog Rainbow is a Chihuahua and a Pug. So that is like Latin America and China. We looked up where Teddy's from. Pomeranian Poodle. My dog's French. In case you guys don't know, I live in Canada. And in Canada, we have this lovely place called Quebec that causes the rest of the country to have to learn French from grade 4 to grade 9. And then because I am in the IB... France plus Canada. It's just France plus Canada. And then... Not only did I have to learn it from grade 4 to grade 8, no. Because I'm in the advanced... I'm in international baccalaureate. I also had to learn it in grade 10. And I don't even get the credit for it. I don't. They didn't give me a second language credit because I already had my second language credit was Japanese. I could have 4 language credits, but instead I only have 3. I wasted. I could have taken Spanish, but no, they were like, français. I don't know French, and I'm fine. But my dog is French? I'm sorry. I have a lifelong hatred towards the French. I don't actually hate the French. That's a thing. Like, French people are lovely. I've just had really awful experiences with the French language and, like, one person from Quebec. Therefore, I am going to blame all of France. It's great. It's great. Oh my god. I love it so much. It's amazing. But yeah. So my dog is French, and it's the biggest fuck you the universe has ever given me. It's really not true. It's really not true. Are you... What is so interesting about my carpet? That this dog will just lick it. Also, without, like, the posters and, like, bright pink bear in the background, my room really does look like it's just white carpet and white walls. It's not, by the way. My carpet's pink. My carpet's pink and my walls are purple. But it just doesn't show up for some reason. And that's fine. Honestly, I don't fucking care. I just find it funny. I'm trying to think of interesting things to be entertaining besides just violently explain stories about my life. I made a bunny in parenting class. And it didn't really end well. It was supposed to be a sock bunny, but it just looks like this. I mean, I'm entertained. I'm glad you're entertained. I try and be entertaining. This is my sock bunny. He doesn't have a name, but that's just because he doesn't need one. Thank you guys. You guys are great. My chat is superior. I've been working on... Stop it. Stop it. Y'all are being too nice. Y'all are being too nice. Stop. I've been working on my heart. I've been working on another GIF for my like this and this screen, because, like, I made the little me here with the little changing crown. I made that, and then I'm working on one that it's gonna be like a little border, and it's gonna be axolotls changing color, because as we dubbed last time, my chat's axolotls. It's great. I have, like, all the axolotl colors in Minecraft plus a couple more, and then I have my boyfriend Ben, he was... I don't know why, but I was making perler beads with Marissa, and I was like, I'm gonna make an axolotl for Ben. I didn't even know if Ben liked axolotls. I still don't know if he actually likes axolotls. But I was just kind of like, I'm gonna make this for Ben. So it's like blue. It's blue with purple eyes and, like, dark green, like, dark green things. The little, like, things they have. I look like a moose. The dark green things, and it's got dark green thing. I didn't get your reaction about me being a blue axolotl on the screen. Oh, you didn't? Oh! Well, no, yeah, I made a blue. I made a. There's, like, the basic blue axolotl, and then I made another blue axolotl, and it's got, like, little, like, light blue, like, dots on, like, the here, and on, like, the back, and a bit on the tail. And that one's Sabo's axolotl, and the ones that are... I'm gonna have, like, certain ones that are gonna have, like, usual, like, people who are always on my stream. I'm gonna make them little, like, name tags that are gonna be on their neck, and it's gonna have their username on it, and it's gonna be cute. So yeah, I've one for Sabo. Are you good, or are you just gonna go every so often? Stop going clah. Because I know he's not choking, because he'll just go clah sometimes. Teddy, if you clap again, you're leaving my room. You're leaving my room. I'm going to kick you out. I'm going to kick you out, little pig-tailed boy. But yes, I've got one for Sabo and I've got one for Ben. And because I like people. People are nice sometimes. A bit. People are nice a bit. I have very stale marshmallows. I have very stale marshmallows in my room, and they're like it's just very stale marshmallows, and I don't know why I have them, but I'm gonna eat one. Also, I don't just have like stale food in my room. I know I just showed you something that would probably make it seem like I do, but I don't. I grabbed the marshmallows from the cupboard last night, and I brought them up. Stale marshmallows are great. They're interesting. They're they're interesting. I don't know why I tore it apart, but I did. It tastes weird. It doesn't taste bad. It just tastes weird. And I don't know how to feel about it. It's just strange. Um mm, it's like the inside is fine, but the outside's just wrong. I'm glad. I'm glad there's no clips from the stream. Because literally everything and anything I've said, taken in and out of context, makes no fucking sense. Oh my god. I might download this VOD and post it on YouTube and just be like, can't relate. I might download this VOD and post it on YouTube and be like, meeting Banana Spook, and actually like do something on my fucking YouTube channel, because I have one. Done nothing. It's linked nowhere because it doesn't need to be. The sun is in a very bad spot right now, so if it's like this way, I'm in complete shadow. You have one? I do. Nothing's posted on it, and that's perfectly fine with me. I used to have shit posted on there. We had Welcome to the Island, which was just doxing me, because it was a French project, and it literally had, like, my address in it, so I got rid of that. And then we had Chaos Cooking. Oh, BRB. Okay, Sabo. I'll probably still be here when you're back. Then we had Chaos Cooking, which was just me and Marissa hosting a cooking show, where in the first one we bullied her brother, and in the second one we looked at her animals, and they were very cute. I love my playlist names. I'm looking at my Spotify because it's on this main screen, other screen. My playlist names are amazing. We have Music for Streams, perfectly normal. We have Bisexual and Depressed. I don't know that one. We have Homework Speedrun. I also don't know that one. And then we just have eh. It's just, you know, the A and the E that are like smushed and are connected? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I just go like eh. No, it's if I click and I Control C and I do that. That's what it's called. I just pronounce it as eh, but that's not right, and I don't care. Yee. I forgot my thing's still pink from MCC. Teddy, what is so gloriously interesting about licking my carpet? He's just licking my carpet. And I don't know why. That didn't need to happen. Tasty carpet. It's a carpet I've had since I've moved to this house, so probably not. Oh my god. It's probably salty from the amount of times I've cried my eyes out while lying on my floor. Okay. There is 2 times whenever it is socially acceptable to have a mental breakdown. 1, in a bathroom, sitting on the countertop. 2. Lying face first on a scratchy carpet bedroom floor. Those are the 2 times in my brain where it is socially acceptable to mental breakdown. Other times, you're not being a main character. Oh my fucking god. You need your mental breakdowns to have oomph, such as lying face first. Welcome back, Sabo. We're talking about mental breakdowns. While I'm probably having one. Laying face down on a scratchy carpet is socially acceptable, and sitting on a bathroom sink, like with like one hand on the mirror, like after you gotten out of a shower, so it's like the condensation's dripping down and so are your tears. Majestic. Would you guys like to hear the story about how I almost killed my friend's younger brother? Would you like to? Because even if you don't, I'm gonna tell you anyway. I really should change this because it's no longer being book night. I'm gonna quickly change the title of my stream to Absolute Unbridled Why. It's just absolute unbridled why, because that is truly how I feel. Why? That's a good title. That's what it is. It's absolute and unbridled why. So, how I almost killed my friend's younger brother. It's Marissa, same brother that we bullied on the cooking show. He was doing the science experiment where he had to give someone an asthma attack. But we were like, Marissa's like, I don't want to have an asthma attack. And I'm like, I don't think I can have an asthma attack. And her older brother Connor didn't want anything to do with it. So Jake was like, fine. I can't give myself an asthma attack. So he was like, hey, Aaron, can you like follow these steps? And I'm like, sure. In doing so, we realized how severe his asthma really is. It was great. It was great. Teddy, that's a cord. Okay, Teddy's lost bedroom privileges. He just tried to lick a cord that's plugged in. Say bye-bye to the chat. Don't. Bye-bye, chat. Bye-bye, chat. Bye-bye. Out you go. Out you go. Out you go. Tasty, tasty electric tea. Squish. Ooh, I just cracked my fingers. And I feel amazing. This has been a weird stream. I don't know if you guys have noticed. This stream's been weird. It is such a good feeling. It is. It's currently golden hour, but you can't tell. Like, I can tell here because my skin doesn't look like as pale as it normally does, and it actually looks like normal human skin instead of just like fucking this. This is what my skin looks like 99% of the day. Except for like the 2 minutes when the sun is in the perfect spot and it's also reflecting off the lake. So it's got like the whoo effect. We love it. But that's gonna be gone very soon. I also have to stay up like this. I blinded myself when I looked at the window. Because I don't have curtains and my blinds can't go down because I broke the little mechanism to make it go down. So it's all just wonky. I have the hiccups now from drinking my Monster too quickly. This was just supposed to be a half-hour reading stream. And then my brain just went, nope, you hyper now. This is why my friends kind of think sometimes that I have ADHD. I don't have ADHD. That's energy drinks. Yeah, probably. But like I've had like Monster and then I've like went to sleep like 10 minutes later. That's the thing. The Monster had only very little to do with it. But this is why my friends think I have ADHD. I don't have ADHD. I don't. But now I'm trying to think of something to show chat or do with chat to be interesting. Um, I have a dead butterfly, but that's just kind of sad. I have my dice box, but that's loud as fuck. Do I have anything interesting in these drawers? What is this? I found a black folder, and I think it's 12th Night. I'm 99.9% sure this is 12th Night. I think this is 12th Night. It's 12th Night, or as I wrote in, what's it called? The whiteout strip things. 12th Night. It's just 12th Night. And yeah, no, it's 12th Night. Stage managing things. Mouse creative assignment. Schoolwork. Yeah, I had to write poetry, and I did free verse, and I wrote that this is free verse, which means it doesn't have to be structured like a regular poem, and it's not prose because it's in iambic pentameter. So technically it's technically structured, but it's also still kind of free verse. And it's like you need a consistent POV, switches from first to second person. If my teacher read my report on the assignment, it would say the reason I switched between first and second person POVs is a way to connect while also disconnecting the humanity of the reader, because the mouse is about the late Holocaust. And it was about the first stanza was from the the position of the main character talking, and then the second one was the position of the main character's son who wrote the book talking about himself. So it's first person, where it's like our children, our loved ones, as like, because main characters, like the author's dad is the main character in the book, and it's about how he feels and how his family was taken to the concentration camps. And then the second one was the son talking to the dad, and it's him agreeing. So it's like, control our lives, the lives of our children, the lives of our loved ones. They led to our death. And then it's like, nobody has the right to tear families at the seams. Nobody had the right to steal you away from your home and your culture. I'm paraphrasing, that's not exact words, but my poetry was really cringe back then. It still is, but it's really cringe, so I'm paraphrasing slightly. But it's very obviously it's very obvious. And that's like, and then this third stanza was from my POV as the reader. And it's like, these experiences, mini line break. Paraphrasing, though you have gone through them, you've grown as a person, terrible shit happened. Bleh. And it's like, ah. And then afterwards we had a meeting, and she was like, why did you decide to write your poetry like that? It's really bad. And in here it explains, since like I normally let the writing, okay, exact quoting. I found that writing a singular piece of poetry for such a complex book such as Mouse was quite difficult because I normally just let the writing flow from my brain from my own experiences. But with this, as someone who has never experienced discrimination, because I haven't, I needed to have more structure and make sure that I did the story justice. So I put in extra research about the Holocaust and shit for this, and I got a fucking 4. I got a 4. That's like a 72. That's shit. Oh, that made me so mad. What is this? Hello there. What are you doing? Hi. Sorry. I am doing chaos right now, apparently. I was reading. The reading was good. The reading was great. But now I'm just making a fool of myself and digging through drawers to try and continue to be entertaining while hyping myself up on energy drinks. Chaos is a ladder. Yep. But yeah, no, this is, for those of you who've never experienced a Benigni Spook stream before, they're not normally like this. Great room, thank you. It's slightly messy right now. I have my axe over here. I have my axe, which I made with the help of Marissa, but I made it. Bring your axe. I'll grab my axe. I'll grab my Marceline axe. I still need to finish the rest of my Marceline cosplay, but I have the axe guitar. It's an axe guitar. I think it's pretty cool. You can't play it because it's like just metal wire stapled down to a wooden board. It's wood, yep. It's wood. Ah. It's dusty as fuck because I haven't touched it in a while. It looks mega cool. Thank you! I want to put metal on this tip so I can use it as like this. Like, I want to get a metal, like a sharp metal tip on here so I can use it as a proper axe as well. But I'm also thinking if I don't do a Marceline cosplay, I want to spray paint the whole thing black, but then have these, like the metal bits, be gold and use them for my bard, Lucina, D&D character. Bard. Lucina, where are you from? Canada! That's a weapon, lol. It should be. I really wish it was a weapon. It'd be great. Just fucking someone comes at me like, no, fuck you. But yeah, no, I like this. I like this. It's probably one of my favorite things in my room. I would rather have a cane sword. I'd rather have a cane sword. Cane swords are cool, but I'm not spending $300 on a cane sword when I can just like casually snatch my boyfriend's cane sword. What else do I have? I'm trying to think about what else that I have, but I don't have anything interesting in my background besides the axe. Over there, which is blocked by the chat, there's a bunch of bags. That's for Psyche and Jacob's birthdays. Psyche hasn't streamed in very long. Got a lot of toys. They're not toys. They're kind of, yeah. I've got a lot of stuffed animals. But that's just because, like, I don't know, I like them. Most of them are because I collect, like, this brand. I don't know what this brand is. But they're, it's Miniso brand. I get them from the Japanese store in, like, because there's where I live, which is in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and then there's a town where I go to school, and then there's, like, a big city. I get these from the Japanese store in the big city. I got this one because it's my brand. It's my brand. Benigni Spook. It's my brand. I got this one because Amazon told me to. Um, his name is Cthulhu. He's too big. He's too big for his own good. I expected him to be smaller. But he's quite large, and I love him for it. But Amazon told me to get him, so I blame my parents for letting me have my own Amazon account. And then this one is the oldest one we have on my near my bed. Large boy. He's a large boy. This is cotton candy. Apparently, she used to smell like cotton candy. I've never had a sense of smell. The largest boy. He's not the largest boy. The largest boy is in the basement. The largest boy is a giant Mario mushroom that I got when I passed my driver's test. It's bigger than my chair, not taller. It's like it's squished down. But like I can like curl my entire body up on it. I can't do that with Cthulhu. Cthulhu's not the largest boy. It'd be great if Cthulhu was the largest boy, because then I'd have room on my bed whenever I bring the mushroom upstairs, I don't have room on my bed. This is cotton candy. Apparently, she smells like cotton candy, but I don't know. I don't have a sense of smell. And I got her in grade 8 when I went to Niagara Falls for a field trip. It was great. It was great. It was lovely. No, not grade 8. I didn't go to Niagara Falls in grade 8. I went to Niagara Falls in grade 7. It landed sitting up. And then I have my Schlatt plushie somewhere. I got the first Schlatt U2s, and then I got the second Schlatt U2s, and then I got 2 Charlie Slimesicle U2s stuffed animals. So I've got 3 U2s on the way, which is going to be very lovely when they arrive. Because my parents don't know I got the Charlie Slimesicle one. They think I just got the Schlatt one. They don't know I spent even more money. And then over here we've got like cosplay shit and wigs. And pictures of friends and family. And then over here we've got books and figurines and shit. But it's great. I'm burning myself out, it seems, but do I care? No. Can I words? No. Am I burning myself out? Yes and no. Probably. So we're going to, unless you guys have any questions, because this was supposed to be Q&A section, but it didn't end up that way. Unless you guys have any questions, I'm going to look for somebody to raid while also looking at chat every so often for Q&A questions, as I did diddly do say. So yeah, just like, you know, just kind of by Minecraft viewers low to high, as I normally do, because I like to send my axolotls to chats that don't have many people, because I am like that sometimes. Because my axolotls agree that people deserve to get love. Axolot raid time? It is Axolot raid time. Trying to find an English streamer. A small English streamer. If you guys have any ideas on who to raid, that would be extraordinarily helpful. They don't have to be small, they can be big, but small is good just so that way they feel the love of getting raided. So, let's go with... Do you guys want to watch some Bed Wars? You guys want to watch some Bed Wars? Who doesn't want to watch some Bed Wars, am I right? They've been going for 33 minutes, so they'll probably still be going. And they seem I'm just checking out their about me so that way I don't send you guys to somebody mean. Because nobody wants to be sent to somebody mean. But this person seems really chill. So it's Axolot raid time. Raid. If I can spell, that would be amazing. There we go. Okay. Doop, doop, doop. We gotta wait for the raid timer. We gotta wait for the raid timer. Doop a doop a doop. Doop a doop a doop. Axolot raid time. Go. Go scatter. Go. Shoo. Shoo. Go swim away.